What's up, keto people? So I haven't done a grocery haul in a long time, so I figured I would share this one with you because I just went. So you can see there's a bunch of different stuff here, but I know the one thing you probably noticed is my cat food, my dry cat food. The reason why I put this in there is just because, you're trying to get healthy or lose weight or whatever. Doesn't mean you neglect your animals. So be sure to try and get some good stuff that has real chicken and stuff as the first ingredient or whatever. Anyway, so there's that. Anyway, so we're going to start over here with, of course, some spinach and romaine lettuce, which is really good. And I know there's not too many vitamins or whatever with shredded lettuce, but there's this place called Which Wich. It's a sandwich place, and they do their sandwiches as salads, and they use shredded lettuce, and I'm just addicted to it now. Plus, I also made some meat spaghetti sauce the other day, and I used this as noodles and made like a spaghetti salad. Trust me, it sounds disgusting, but it was amazing. Then we also know about these Asiago crisps or any of those. People tend to snack on them, but I actually like the crouton stuff, so I haven't gotten them in a long time, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. Okay, of course, green pepper, red pepper, and onions just for any sort of steak or meat. Generally I get the frozen kind because I actually also got the frozen kind, but I'm really in the mood for like fajita meat and stuff lately. And then I also got some deli meat, some turkey, and some chicken. Now, be mindful, some of those do have some sugars in them, so you kind of want to look and pay attention to see which ones. You're going to actually have to go online and stuff, because I had to do that with boar's head. And find the ones that you're interested in. They'll probably still have a little bit of a no-no in there, but to each their own. If you're doing dirty keto, it really won't matter. And I've kind of, now that I've gone back on it, I'm not going as super strict. Now, I will tell you, if you're strict, do not do this, but I've kind of gone in between of, you can't really, once you get on strict keto, you can't get off of it because you sit there and think soybean oil, and all this stuff. So there's still stuff that I won't compromise with, but I'm giving myself a little bit more leeway. However, if you're doing this for health purposes, you really should consider not having such a leeway. Okay, I have some ginger in a tube because I'm too lazy, and I have a recipe coming up either today or tomorrow, or the next few days rather. For that, I was going to make it tonight, but you know how editing is. And then I got some pre-made guacamole just because I look on the back and there's nothing bad in here. And who has time to make guacamole? Because I don't. And then I got this chef salad. Now, once again, the pre-done meat is just not really that great for you regardless. But once again, if you're completely strict or dirty keto, you don't have to worry about that. I take out the dressing, though, and use Primal Kitchen's avocado oil-based ones because they're soybean oil. And once again, going to soybean oil, I think it's the do's and don'ts video that has the reason for soybean oil and why it's just not good. I mean, everybody keto says it's not good. For keto, but to each their own. Like I said before, I had the regular soybean oil dressings for 3 months and lost 30 pounds the first time I ever did it. So, but it's more for health purposes, and so you should be mindful of that. Anyway, some heavy whipping cream here, and then I also these. Now, the problem is they have a little bit of I think it's molasses or something, or modified food starch and stuff that, less than 2%. And, one of them has like a little bit of dextrose in there. So once again, if I was strict keto, I would not be doing these anyway, because, the whole process thing and all that. However, considering a lot of these days now where I don't feel like I want to cook anything and I just want something quick, I will grab those. But I don't grab the ones because they have some with like dark chocolate and nutty stuff or whatever. Don't get those. And then Jimmy Dean's, these things, once again, if you're doing strict keto, I just wouldn't do these because it's a whole lot of just processed stuff and a whole lot of ingredients here. But once again, I'm doing the more in-between things. So I just got this once again because I don't want to cook every day, day in and day out anymore. And I'm just not a fan of meal prepping. I do not want to spend my whole entire Sunday cooking stuff for all the rest of the week. Do you? No, I want to sit back with my book, by the way, that I got that is going to be very helpful for us soon. So anyway, I want to read my book or play games or go to my parents' house and visit with them rather than cooking all day. Just saying. But if you do it, fantastic. Props to you because I'm your #1 fan on that. Anyway, cheeses, I got Colby and pepper jack just because I always have regular cheddar in there. That's one thing I will never do is I will never get the pre-shredded stuff regardless of whether I'm dirty or strict keto, because once again, the pre-packaged shredded ones have potato starch in them, which is the anti-caking agent, which is bad. And also, some of them actually have dextrose. I think my Parmesan shredded one had it. So anyway, check that. I always use my food processor. I'm telling you, ask it for your birthday, Christmas, Mother's Day, Halloween. Get a food processor because it has saved me. I mean, my mom, thank you. Okay, I already told you about the veggies. Here, once again, the pork sausage thing. Now, Owens does have a natural version, which is better, but they didn't have them, and then this one was on sale, so I got it anyway. But, I mean, once again, it's the less than 2%, has a little bit of dextrose in there. So just be mindful of that with really any sausages. I mean, it's very difficult to find one that does not have dextrose somewhere in it. But I just look to make sure that there's like 0 grams of sugar in there, which is usually like less than the percentage, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. But so there's those. Also what I've been doing, and I'm sure that y'all know this, but I don't usually make eggs that much, but I've been putting like maybe like for 3 eggs, I'll put like 2 teaspoons to a little bit over of heavy whipping cream in there. And it makes them super fluffy. All right, get out of here. That's Leopold, if you don't know already. And then you always want to check your local brands for sausage. You know, this is Home Smokehouse. Now, they had a really good one that was pork. I don't see it anymore because that had nothing in it. But this has the less than 2%. One of the final ingredients is a little bit of sugar. But I looked and there's like 0 of the sugar thing, so I'm going to be okay with it. This is sliced jalapeno. So it's already sliced up and all that kind of stuff. I'm excited about that. And then for my next recipe, I got, just a regular big steak. This is a sirloin steak. By the way, the cat is right next to the little microphone end, so whether you hear him or not, sorry. And then also, made in Texas, is this really great Eddie's Southwest chicken breast. It's a huge, huge chicken breast. And I'll probably use this with the veggies and stuff. And it has it doesn't use soybean oil. It uses olive oil. And it also, there was something else that they, no? Anyway, oh yeah, xanthan gum. So, I mean, honestly, if you're in Texas, look for Eddie's Southwest chicken breast. They also have different flavors and stuff, but it's fantastic. I mean, look, it's all marinated. Just saying. Okay, so there's that. One thing I was super excited about also, so you see the Green Giant, the Brussels sprouts, which have sugar, the cheese broccoli ones, there's something in there that's not good. I was just like, ugh, am I going to have to do my own little marinade and stuff? Because once again, I'm not trying to be super cook anymore. But anyway, when I looked at the ingredients on this, it's broccoli, carrots, which I know carrots aren't great, red and yellow peppers, which aren't really that fantastic either, with, excuse me, extra virgin olive oil, water, salt, garlic powder, xanthan gum. I was like, yes, please. I took 2 of these because I'm excited now for these. So look for those. Okay. Also, Powerade Zero. That's going to be if you are not, if sucralose does not affect you. If it does, I would stay away from that, including also the sugar-free ketchup as well. But if you're not really, if it doesn't really do much to you, I will tend to get this every now and then just to have something. Otherwise, I get like black tea. Green tea is also really good. I'll tell you about that more later, I think. I'll need to make sure on that. I mean, for other things. I also got a thing of diced jalapenos because who doesn't need that every now and then? Some lemons and some Roma tomatoes, which, by the way, I have some exciting news about tomatoes coming up. And then also, okay, so I got this tamari. Now, I got the light because they didn't have the regular. The problem is this is gluten-free soy sauce, but it still has soybeans. It still has soy. And the problem is you're really trying to stay away from anything soy because it's an inflammatory. And I'll go into more of that probably whenever I get more into the book and tell you more about all that stuff. And when I say the book, it's not actually a keto book. I'll tell you about that more later. But anyway, So the problem is, though, I happened to get, I think it was Bragg's version of it was liquid coconut aminos, not like just the liquid aminos, because that still has like soy or something bad in it. So so I got the coconut liquid amino things, and it was just terrible. I mean, I don't see why anyone says it's a replacement for soy sauce. So I think this is going to be my one true exception to the rule and have it like once a month sort of thing. This is better than the regular soy sauce. Also, if you have W sauce, Worcestershire, or whatever sauce, be careful because that has molasses, sugar, and all that kind of stuff in there too. So just be mindful of that. I also got some rice vinegar, as you see, with the ginger, the soy, and I'm going to be doing something interesting. And then, of course, paste, because it's always good to have the spicy stuff. Get your body moving. Okay, mazzettas. Y'all know I've always been a fan of mazzettas because Rayo's, it's more expensive. It's like $7.99 if it's not on sale, and they also have pizza sauce and stuff. But with one extra carb per serving, you get a much better flavor with mazzettas, marinara, and they also have a spicy one. Now, they have other ones that have way more carbs in it that you wouldn't think, like some sort of basil and something or other. So watch for that. But these are cheaper, and they're way better tasting, at least in my mind. So I got this. Now, I've had this, but it's the pizza sauce and stuff because I think I'm finally going to do a pizza, not chicken crust, and it's really delicious. I made it a few weeks ago. Oh my goodness. So I might have to do that sometime soon. But then I was real excited. This is the last thing. Was Mazzetta's has this Parmigiano Reggiano marinara sauce. I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. Probably put it over zoodles or something. But there is nothing bad in here. Italian plum tomatoes from Italy's San Marzano region. Olive oil, cream, fresh onions, imported cheese. I mean, all of that. Now, granted, per serving, which is a half a cup is 5 carbs. Total 7, but I mean anyway. So there's natural sugars in here from like the onion and the tomato and stuff. So the sugar grammage seems a little high, but I'm very excited about this. Anyway, so I think that's all that I covered here. I'm sorry that it was such a long video, but I try to give you tips, if you're doing strict keto versus not strict or versus dirty or any of that. Anyway, that's all the time I have. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys next time.